What is up, y'all? Welcome to episode 17 of the Restored Geeks Podcast. My name is Tristan.
I'm Taylor. I'm Joseph.
Yes, sir. It has been a while. It has been, like almost 2 months now? Like a month and a half? But yeah, we had a lot going on, so yeah. But we're back. And this one, talk about Metroid Prime 4, Beyond, Five Nights at Freddy's 2, and we're going to do an Attack on Titan analysis from a Christian perspective. So yeah, stay tuned for that. First off, we're going to start off with gaming. What we've been doing this week. Joseph, you start off, since you're not on all the time. What have you been gaming this week?
I've been playing myself some Call of Duty.
Yep, Lops 7.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
I've been playing the Minecraft server me and Chandler are doing for Pixelmon.
Yeah.
Destiny 2.
Of course. Because the new stuff has came out.
Yeah, the new stuff. I can't remember what it's called. What's it called?
Renegades.
Renegades, yeah. This has been playing Destiny 2 Renegades, and I think that's it.
Okay, cool. What about you, Tim? What have you been gaming?
I'm going to filibuster by reading the entirety City of God.
How many pages? Go to the back and tell me how many pages is in it.
Casual 1095.
That's light work.
Yeah, that's why I'm a filibuster, so let's get started. I'm joking. I've only been playing Destiny Renegades, which, in short, story's horrendous, gameplay's alright, but if you want my full thoughts, I have a video coming out on the Dorathian channel.
Yes, sir.
It'll be out in a couple of weeks, because I'm waiting for something else. We're waiting for the dungeon, to see if that changes anything.
Okay, cool.
And then I've been playing Metroid Prime 4.
Yes, and we'll get to that. Yeah, I've been playing Metroid Prime 4 Beyond as well, because Metroid Prime 1 is one of my favorite games of all time. The trilogy is one of my favorite trilogies, too. It's just 1, I think, is like the tightest out of them all. And other than that, it's been Call of Duty Black Ops 7, because we've been playing zombies, all that, multiplayer. Over the Thanksgiving weekend, it was double XP weekend, so played through that, yeah. That's what I've been playing. I guess we'll get into gaming news now, which you all have all the news.
I only have one.
Yeah.
Micron and a couple other RAM companies have decided to stop making RAM for gaming.
Yeah.
And are selling directly to AI companies.
Are selling to them?
Yeah.
Wow, nice. Great.
It's all about money.
Yeah.
The thing is like I said,
So it's gonna make
the AI is a speculation bubble. It's not actually a fruitful bubble at the moment, because the market is overhyping it.
Yeah.
Eventually, the actual worth of it's going to come out. It's still going to be pretty high, but we're going to probably see a massive market crash when it does.
Probably.
In a couple of years, things will go back to normal for RAM and all that, and what are these companies going to have now that they just basically gave gamers the middle finger?
Yeah. So that means RAM's going to be very expensive now to get that. Great. Good thing I got
probably thousands a stick.
That's why I'm sticking to my 128 gigs that I've got on mine. So, and not upgrading for a while then, until all this cools down, I guess.
Yeah, if I ever have to upgrade a PC, I'm just taking the RAM sticks I already have.
Yes, exactly. Because I mean, all what they do is they just retain memory on the thing. So they're not like a hard drive.
128 gigs of RAM and doesn't even game.
Well, I mean, yeah. That's because
you don't need more than 16 for video.
Oh yeah, I know, not for gaming.
Not for video editing.
Not for video. No, you need 64 might get you on video editing. Mine is just.
Bro's not listening.
What?
You don't need more than 16 for video editing.
I thought you said gaming.
What?
No, gaming you can need quite a bit.
Yeah.
Video editing, on the other hand, my little laptop that has 8 in it does just fine.
Yeah.
So that means I could take one.
No, I like my unnecessarily too much
beefy
PC that I use maybe 8% of. So yes.
But you have the last one.
Yes.
So Hi-Fi Rush, we all know that game. It was basically a game that shot out of nowhere.
Here, my dear Jack, is the fulfillment of my purpose. A book in which I have taken upon myself the task of defending the glorious city of God against those who prefer their own gods to the founder of the city.
Yes.
I paid that for this.
He does talk a little bit.
Those were the words from St. Augustine. Yes.
But But Hi-Fi Rush, a game that came out of the blue back in the day, really good game, and I love it.
Yeah.
It was bought
That
by...
actually came out of Microsoft, not out of the blue.
And it came out like 2 years ago.
I'm about to end your whole entire life
This is a Christian channel.
Hey, this is a Christian
in
channel.
Minecraft.
That's not very Christ-like of you.
In Minecraft.
Very, yes, as long as it's in Minecraft, you can do anything.
But...
What happens in GTA stays in GTA.
Very, very true. By the way, okay, no, we got to bring this up. It's a huge news. No, finish yours. Finish yours.
But Hi-Fi Rush was acquired by a new development company called Crafton, which are the same people who are known for PUBG.
Oh, great.
Oh, it's over.
Oh, it's over.
I didn't know it was PUBG.
Yeah.
So, it's over.
Yep.
Yeah. So
Hi-Fi Rush Battle Royale. Let's go.
Hi-Fi Rush Battle Royale, where you have to pay for every ticket.
Yes. Yeah, PUBG is, it's annoying to try and get into.
yeah, so I don't know, because I was like,
Fortnite's better.
I was like, oh, new people, great. I could probably get like a new Hi-Fi Rush because I actually love the game, and I saw probably I was like, crying.
Yeah, Fortnite's better. That will not entertain any other.
Yeah.
From PUBG as well.
Yes. So, well, I guess we'll see how that goes.
Yes. Now, what I was talking. So, what I was. Big news that I forgot. That happened a couple weeks ago, but we haven't done this for like a month. GTA 6 is delayed to what was it? November of next year.
Yep.
When it was like what, May?
Yep.
Nice. I would not be surprised if it gets delayed to 2027.
I'm getting my anime GTA before I'm getting my actual GTA.
In other news, Todd Howard said he is certain GTA 6 will release before The Elder Scrolls 6.
Okay.
Buddy.
Okay, Todd.
Todd, you're entering the realm of now you're taking too long.
Yes.
Now you're going to have to make something absolutely friggin' fantastic to justify the length.
Sweet, glorious Todd.
I mean, it's the same thing with
It all just...
GTA. Taking this long, if what they're saying of like...
Well, this happened with Cyberpunk, where they were taking too long, and then turned out they were doing Jack Diddley.
They yeah. Or the Anthem people, where they announced it, and then the actual devs like scrapped whatever they could together like a month before it came out.
Yep.
Well, GTA, it'll come out when Christ returns. So yeah.
I've seen that video. This GTA is finally out. This far goes like, son, the Lord is here. Lord, no.
So can I play GTA 6 first? Wow, your priorities are all kinds of screwed up. If that's
I think you think you're in the wrong priority section there, buddy.
yes. Then last thing is we're going to talk about the big game that came out this week, Metroid Prime 4.
And the best part about it being the new companion.
Oh, totally. I totally like a bit of quirky, funny bimbo following me around who screams every time an enemy shows up.
The quirky white boy.
And barely does anything and constantly goes down when you're fighting.
Luckily, he's not with you the entire time.
No, he's not. He shows up for... Well, I don't know how many times he's... Because we haven't beaten the game yet.
No.
John, how many bosses are you in?
4?
I think I've gotten 1. So... But I'm at the big temple area thingy where you get where you talk to the peoples.
That's all the areas.
I guess, yes. Okay, yeah, that was very vague of it.
Yeah.
Okay, all right, yeah, I'm not that far in.
He's at the big tree.
Yeah, I'm at the big tree, the big avatar tree. But yeah, he shows up for like 5 minutes, and then he decides to stay in a room. Yeah, he's kind of like Claptrap. He's a bit annoying. I don't know why they decided to put him in there. Just to put something new, I guess. But when it comes to the gameplay, what do you think, Jelly?
I think it's great.
Yeah, I think it's
Metroid.
Yeah, it's actually Metroid so far. What do you think of
It's not super easy.
Yeah, it's not so far. No. What do you think? Because I haven't gotten to it yet about the Tron motorcycle that you get.
I think it's useless. I don't know why we didn't just have the Magmar Caverns type in between.
Yeah.
because it's just a massive open emptiness.
Yeah.
There's nothing.
It's kind of like
There's no music either.
there's no music to it?
No.
Not even like Chozo Ruins type music?
No.
Because it's sand? Wow.
You know what's funny? I also heard, the amiibos that they have for
Yeah.
this
Wait,
game?
they have amiibos for this game?
Yeah.
Or what? Okay.
Yeah, there's-
I may have to look into it.
that's what they're called, right?
Yep.
Yeah,
Yeah,
but they're completely useless
of course.
because the Samus one only gives you shield and health, max shield and max health,
Yeah.
and you can only use it a day.
Bruh.
And then the bike only gives you bike colors.
That's the only reason why I made progress and
So I can just cheat the entire game by changing my date and time every time I get close to death.
yes.
True.
The only reason I made progress in Tears of the Kingdom was because of amiibos. But so yeah, it's like a connected like overworld kind of area. Yeah. So I don't know, I guess they wanted to just do that to add something different to Metroid. I haven't
I
got
don't
to
know
it.
why it's called Metroid Prime. When Metroid Prime ain't in the game, you could have just named it something else.
Metroid.
Yeah, it's probably because the style of the
It don't matter.
yeah, still Metroidvania. But what do you think about the soundtrack?
I think it's good so far.
Yeah, so far I like it. I don't know if they're going to like rehash do the kind of memberberry rehash remixes of older ones.
Mm-hmm.
So I haven't gotten that. But again, I've only beat one boss, that weird big chungus pirate thing
Yeah.
that shows up. And then I got to the tree area and made it to the tree. That's about as far as I gotten. So, yeah. But we will update on what we think about it as we play through. Because I do definitely want to beat it. Because, yeah, Metroid Prime 1 is my favorite game of all time. I totally don't have a poster of it behind me at all. So, yeah. That listeners can totally see. Because we, yeah.
Displayed.
Yes, it's a display. Yeah. Anyway, so yeah, Metroid Prime 4, pretty
shows.
pretty Ohio Riz, I guess. I don't know. Is that what the kids say nowadays? Is that fire
Ohio
Riz? 6'7"? It's about 6'7". All right.
Yeah.
No, it's about 6'7" now. So yeah. Anyway, let's move on to movies. Oh boy.
Let's move on to TV shows and we'll end on movies.
Okay, yeah. Okay, what we'll do a little different thing because we just watched a movie. We'll probably talk about it in a while. Yeah, TV shows. What have you been watching, Joseph?
Nothing.
Nothing? Oh, wow. You gotta give us the updates on your slop animes.
I know. I need to.
Bruh.
I need to.
Yes.
I need to get back into it.
Or you just watch his brain rot on YouTube while at work all day.
Yes.
Pretty much.
Well, what about you, Chandler?
None.
None? Really? Not even One Piece?
Nah, I've been I mean, technically I watched,
Oh, wait, Stranger Things.
no. Welcome to Derry.
Oh, Welcome to Derry. What do you think about it?
It's aight.
It's aight. So, what do you think about the Pennywise bomb?
That hasn't been brought up in a while.
Yeah. It's still a weird thing that they even thought about that.
Yeah.
We're going to drop Pennywise in what, Russia? Or was it
I
Russia?
forgot where it was. But
He's going to terrorize everybody. For me, I've been watching through Attack on Titan because I'm going to do a full breakdown and dissection of it on the Dorathion channel soon. Currently working on that, and then after that, I've been watching just Stranger Things season 5.
it's something.
Yeah, it's something. Like there's entertainment to be found in it subjectively. It's just
There's a lot of incoherence.
they do an inversion of the stakes because they end season 4 off looking like an end of the world type thing.
Yep.
And then we flash forward and the military...
Nothing happened.
Yeah, nothing really happened. The military somehow took over. Hawkins is fine with that for some reason. Vecna in episode 5 comes out, Aura farms all over the place, and then goes back into the episode 4. Yeah, episode 4 comes out, Aura farms all over the place, and then walks back in. For,
no reason.
for no reason other than to give the plot a reason to have Will go nuts.
Yep. And then,
yeah.
what's her name?
11?
No.
11's sister.
No.
What's her name?
The girl from season 3.
Is it Max?
No.
Oh.
Ice cream lady.
Oh, I forgot her name. I know who you're talking about.
I don't know, but she gave
Miss Quirky had got to do a quip every single time I'm
and
on
she
screen.
gave a really stupid speech that no one should listen to, but
It was not all that great. It's something. We're kind of just watching it to see it through right now, but it's the writing is not great in it.
yeah.
Seeing if they can stick the landing, I don't know. We'll see. Yeah, and we'll give updates on
There's
it.
Stranger Things books for it.
Yeah, there is. Yeah, I saw.
I opened it up. It's apparently season 4. But
Yeah. Yeah, because so that's volume 1. Volume 2 doesn't come out till Christmas, and then volume 3, which is essentially just the final episode, comes out New Year's Eve.
Yep.
TV show news.
None.
No, well, we got Fallout Season 2 releases sometime this month. I forgot exactly what day. I want to say it's like the 16th, 14th, maybe. Yeah, we'll watch that and keep updated. What else? There was another. Whoa, wait, we got Smiling Friends Season 3 that we've been watching.
Oh, yeah.
That's good. I like
Glep.
the Glep.
The Glep app, yeah.
Or Glep.
No, Glep started the Black Plague.
Yes, he did.
Sorry, the Black Plague, and he's 50%.
And he's the reason why Rome fell.
He's also an immortal.
Yes.
So what is Glep?
Yes. And we've been watching Pluribus. So what do you think about that? Vince Gilligan's new sci-fi show.
It's something.
It is.
I don't know where it's going.
Yeah, I
can't say if it's poorly written or not.
Yeah, we have like 5 episodes to catch up on it. Yeah. So, but we will give updates as we watch it. It's got an interesting premise. I don't even know if it's aliens or if it's a virus or what, but it infects everybody except like a select few people on the planet. And it makes everybody very happy and very, like, content with everything. Yes, it's basically We Happy Few. That's what it is, yeah. And the main character, Carol, who is played by Rhea Seehorn, who plays Kim Wexler in, not Breaking Bad, Better Call Saul. She does a great job, but she is, she's like immune to it. And so they, for whatever reason, are trying to... I'm guessing they're trying to get her to accept them to infect her, I guess. And that's why they start doing just about anything for her. So it seems like he's trying to explore this, like, what is real happiness, is having everything at your fingertips really, like, fulfilling or something like that. I guess that's what he's going for. We'll have to see, because I don't know where it's going. I can't really say anything about
They
it.
brought her a grenade.
Yeah, they brought her a grenade, and they said they would bring her a nuke. They would highly advise against it, but they would bring her a nuke if she asked for one. Yes.
It's just like We Happy Few to when they're being of the opinion. I could already come unhappy. They're just dead rats.
I'm gonna start pointing at anyone who says that Christians can't fight back against anything. I'm gonna point them to that.
The nuke thing?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because why in the world would you act like that and just be like, oh yeah, you can kill as many of us as you want. We ain't gonna do anything about it.
We highly advise against it, but we ain't gonna do anything about it.
Yeah.
No, we fight back. We're like, no, you ain't touching the codes, buddy. Ma'am. Yeah. The first episode's pretty interesting though, but yeah, we'll give updates on it as we watch it. We still haven't seen it's still airing and we haven't seen the past like 5 episodes on it, so yeah. Yeah, anyway, that is all the TV show stuff we have. Let's now get into movies. What movie news do you have?
Movies.
Yeah, we'll start off with news because we just watched the movie. We're probably going to be talking about that a while. So
James Cameron is crying about the box office before it even happens.
Of course.
He basically said, if I don't make a ton of money, he's just going to write a book and not make another movie. What happened to I'm making these movies and you can't stop me?
If it's not making a ton of money, my guy tops the global box office charts every time he drops a movie. What is he complaining about? Does he need a new private jet?
Yes, apparently.
I guess.
Because of his old one crash.
The last one made over $2 billion. And then Avatar 1 has the record for being the highest grossing movie of all time. And then Titanic had the record for that, before that. What is he complaining about?
Anyway,
Yes.
Keep Up Demon Hunters 2 is already announced.
Of course it is. That's not surprising at all. The first one was super popular.
The first one had a finished story as well.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, that's a good thing. That means that if the second one sucks, then we can just...
Throw it in a non...
Yeah, we can just see the first one as finished. Yeah.
I don't know, not much has been said on it. It's just already announced.
Yeah. I mean, that doesn't surprise me. It's probably going to get turned into a slop business thing.
That's fun. I gotta give you a little speech for this one. Not really a speech, but
Yes.
Markiplier's new Iron Lung is releasing in January, and here's my speech to Markiplier, because apparently in his video he's asking us to call our local theater so he can distribute it directly. Buddy, I'm not doing your job for you. You are the millionaire. Call them or hire a team. What are you doing?
Yeah. Yeah. Do you know what company is distributing his movie?
He is.
Like that? Okay.
Apparently,
Yeah.
he is.
Yeah. Well, I think you'd have a company do that for you.
You would.
Yeah.
And not have your fan
Yeah.
base do free labor for you.
Yeah. No, I'm interested in watching it, but it
Yeah, but I'm not calling my local theater and arguing with them about getting Markiplier's movie in it.
yes.
But who knows? Maybe we have a bunch of people living around here. I was like, dude.
I would think Regal would take it, because Regal would almost
He
take
doesn't
anything.
want to give it to big chains, apparently.
Oh, really? Bro. Okay. Well, he's gonna.
What he's doing
He's gonna
is shooting.
bottleneck.
What he's doing is shooting his own movie in the foot.
Yeah, he's gonna bottleneck it because it's not gonna. Well, there's a lot of us that would go. I would go to see if it's in Regal and all that. Yes.
At this point, just make it a YouTube video. At this point,
Or just make it like you buy it on
Yeah.
YouTube for like 20
Yeah,
bucks.
you can do YouTube movies on that. Yeah.
But he don't want to do that. He wants it to be like the olden days.
Put it in IMAX.
He wants it to be like at the olden days where only the rich get to go see and experience the movies.
Yes. We'll go to Movie Tavern and watch it, eat and try and watch that. What was a Sea of Blood thing that he tried to do that got him hospitalized because he jumped into it and got it in his eyes or something like that. But wasn't it an indie game?
Yes.
And he's made a movie because he really liked it or something like that. Yeah. Well, I mean, that's really cool. I'm all for like YouTubers branching out like that because trying stuff like that. It's just, yeah, I agree. Like, get a company to. I know you've got the connections. Get a company to distribute your movie because I would go see it. Yes.
and we know if all of his projects at the end of this movie is going to be a sing-along. And
Yeah, there better be. It wouldn't be Markiplier if it didn't have it. If he didn't come out and just randomly did a musical out of nowhere.
But anyway, that's
Yes.
all the news.
And that is all the movie news. Now we're going to get into movies that we watched. And we'll say that we've all just watched one, but save that one for last.
Yeah.
What have you been watching, Joseph?
I think that's the only movie.
No, it's not.
Wait.
You watched Good Boy.
Oh,
Yeah, I forgot about Good Boy.
What'd y'all think about that? I thought that was a pretty cool premise. It's sad, though.
He's very sad.
It's very sad, but
Yeah, we're not going to spoil it here. We actually recommend that you watch it. So what was it on? Amazon Prime?
I think
Yeah. It's good. It's sad though when you realize what it actually is saying and is going on. But it's actually really interesting. I thought it was solid. So yeah, Good Boy gets a thumbs up for bestest boy out of 10 from us. Yes.
What have you been watching? Is it?
I think that was it for other than the movie we just
It's
watched.
Good Boy and then the movie we watched.
Yeah. What was the movie we just watched?
FNAF 2.
Yeah. Pink Cinema. When Freddy Fazbear came out and said it's Fazin time, I about exploded.
I about fast diff.
Okay, yeah.
I hate
We're here to
this.
We're here to give our mini movie review.
Yes.
Several times in his writings, Augustine tells us how the city of God is to be divided and what is leading to the topic of each division. A full consecutive account is to be found in a letter written in the last years of his life.
Yes. You should do a review, like a critique of a really bad, boring movie, and just to have that randomly in parts.
FNAF, it's bad.
Hey, it was.
So now that all the kids are gone, we can actually talk about it as grown adults. This movie is garbage.
Yes.
No. But the first one or second one? Which one to pick?
Neither.
If I had a gun to my head, I'd pick the first, probably. Just that one had a bit more of a plot. This one...
Yeah, this one was just randomness.
Yeah. So, I mean, the adults, they're all basically troglodytes in this.
They're idiots.
Yeah.
And that one, the real villain was that freaking teacher.
Yeah, that's the dude who plays in Jurassic Park, the idiot scientist dude. Yeah, he always plays the idiot dude that eventually gets killed because he's an idiot.
My major gripe is there's no way you're convincing me that 11-year-olds have a full robotic class like that.
Yeah.
That's more advanced than most of what you would find in mechanical engineering in college.
Yeah, exactly.
Yes.
Let's talk about the big problem. How are the animatronics? So they let the animatronics out. And how are the animatronics just able to just go through the town as quickly as they do?
Yeah, they randomly gain warp speed whenever the camera's not on them.
Yeah.
But when it's back on them, they walk at a snail's pace.
Yes. No, they have the ability to be stealthy and make zero sound when they're not on camera.
Exactly, like Chica,
Yeah.
who was coming down the hallway towards what's-his-name, and then all of a sudden you don't hear anything else, and she's just right next to him.
No,
Exactly.
the only reason is because this is Friends at Freddy's. I mean, you do that in the game. I mean, you're not looking at them, they teleport right to you. When you look at them, they're walking.
Headcanon.
I mean, that's true. They do that in the game too, but like in a story.
If that was their actual reasoning too, I'll be like, bro,
Yeah.
this is brought the game into real life.
Michael Afton into a soy boy.
It is. Or you want to talk about the cannon and how it breaks cannon?
How it just breaks canon. Michael Afton's not supposed to be the one doing all that.
Yeah.
Yeah, Michael Jackson's supposed to be the one that hates. It's supposed to be Vanessa that's supposed to be the evil one, and Michael's supposed to be on the other side of like, no.
Yeah, it's not.
And they set up for a third one. Yeah.
And the whole chart and the whole the puppet being able to possess people.
That makes no
That
sense.
makes no sense.
Yeah.
That makes no
The marionette.
Yeah, marionette, yeah.
Because that doesn't happen.
Never able to
Okay.
possess people. He was always
Yeah.
able to possess the animatronics.
Yeah.
Yeah. And what were the original Five Nights at Freddy's animatronics? Were they ever like revealed to be like good?
No.
Okay. Yeah. Because they come in like the Avengers at the end of the
No, they were
movie.
if I can remember correctly, it was that they were just misunderstood because all they see is security guard. They're like, oh, that killed us, so
No, they were trying to kill William. So they kept killing every security guard thinking that he was William.
Yeah. Yeah. It's also pretty convenient that the good FNF animatronics were able to get out, teleport just in time, kill the other ones, and then die.
It's also convenient that we don't mention that that she only locked down the animatronics in the one place and not the other.
Yes. There's a lot of plot problems with this.
I can see.
Also, why did he turn the friggin' music box off, you friggin' daft reek?
Because
Well, the thing is, like, we didn't even see Marionette at all until the very end. I mean, Marionette could have came out when the animatronics were fighting and do something.
yeah, there's a lot of stuff that happens for the sake of the plot.
But I can see Foxy getting there.
Foxy makes sense, yes, because he sprints.
I honestly thought it was just gonna be him, just over there, just.
But the rest of them were literally do, until they're off screen. Then they're
Then
Then the other issue is, if no one noticed, is when the system gets turned back on. The system gets turned back on. And what it shows is that when she possessed Abby, the system got turned back on.
Mhm.
Yet they tried to attribute it to Michael turning it back on.
yes.
True.
And Michael was a good guy in the actual lore.
Yeah, Michael was actually a good person in the Ding Rejigger.
I treat both of it as both as it exists in the world of time, a stranger among the ungodly, living in by faith, and as it stands in the security.
That's what you felt like doing watching the movie, yeah.
I wanted to leave. We had two people actually leave. They're just like,
Yeah.
okay, this is.
No, we had a full house, and we had two people actually get up, and they were making fun of it, and they actually got up and just left after that.
Yep.
But,
Well, they didn't even get to the end. They just got up and left.
yeah, is the backstory to the marionette, is that the actual lore?
Partially.
Yeah, this is what I was talking about. These two that people say they see in the second game.
No.
That's what I was saying. What popped up there.
No.
And they try to do some like
I
meta.
remember for some reason it was Golden Freddy that just popped.
No.
Yeah, they try to do some like meta humor too, where when what's his name actually goes into the
Who
room.
designed this place?
Who designed this place?
Maybe the guy that wanted him dead.
And the little propeller head dude was only in it for
Little
like
boy.
5 seconds.
His whole thing is you're supposed to take your flashlight.
Yeah,
Supposed to take the back.
Like, he could have at least laughed and then he turned and the dude had his flashlight. Then he did that.
yeah.
Instead, he just activates the friggin' sound system.
But he did what everybody wanted to do to Balloon Boy. Right at the rock.
Yeah.
Also, there was never teeny marionettes inside that trench of water.
Oh yeah.
That was never a thing.
Well, I mean, you also just have like the trope, the horror trope of characters do the stupidest thing,
Dang, in the second one.
Yeah.
where
It wasn't.
they're in the water. They hear things in the water. Do they ever get out of the water?
No, they just stand.
They stay in there and get killed.
See, the water wasn't even a thing in the game. No, that's just something completely new.
Yeah, the most cringiest scene in the entire movie is watching the teacher fumble over himself
Yes.
while this animatronic's walking at a snail's pace.
And then he goes and hides halfway in under a disc, like Buddy.
I'm telling you, a good sprint, you would have made it around her and then was
Well,
gone.
yes, exactly. I was thinking the whole time it's an animatronic. Run around it. The thing that we're getting at here is that you don't have to choose between stupid and fun.
Yeah.
You can have fun and well written as well.
Then we have the dumb trope of, oh wow, your suit looks awesome. Nah, it looks fake to me.
Ah!
Yes. Yes.
The only reason why I liked it is just because of how autistic we were.
Oh yeah, yeah. There's like subjective like entertainment to find in it. It's just, the plot is not there.
Bruh.
So yeah, that's FNF 2. Wait, if you want to watch it, wait till it comes on streaming for free.
Yeah.
Don't waste your money on it.
Unless you're going there in a two-piece suit and then just start throwing stuff whenever.
Two-piece, that's chump crap.
It's
Three-piece, four-piece is better.
All the pieces.
One piece?
The one piece.
Give it keeper.
Yes, yes.
Don't
The one piece.
Quant Kanye in here.
The one piece is the friends they made along the way.
Probably.
That's how it's going to end.
Yes, that sounds exactly like Roger.
All of Japan would riot. if you did
Roger
that.
loved the
American rock.
Yes. And that is... Wait, anything else? Mm-hmm. That's all we got for movie news. We'll now get into our main topic, which is going to be an analysis from a Christian perspective on Attack on Titan. One of the most popular animes that have come out, along with like One Piece and Demon Slayer and all that. And it's got one of the most complex, like, stories that one can find out there when it comes to anime. And because it tries to go for this huge concept of essentially like human nature, the cycle of human nature, and the cycle of hatred, the cycle of violence. There really is no, well, kind of, there really is no like villain to the story. The main villain, honestly, is, from a Christian perspective looking at it, is honestly sin. That's the main villain of the story. Because it starts off, you think the villain are the Titans, then you find out who the Titans are. You think the, Beast Titan is the villain, then you find out who he is, and it turns out what, you then explore what he's doing. And then you think that the whole world is like the villain, and then you find out what they're doing, and then Eren becomes the villain. So, it's like, the main villain, ultimately the main villain is sin in the story. Attack on Titan is one of my personal favorite shows because I really like what it tries to do. I really like what it explores throughout it. The ending, I know that the ending is contentious, and I do have problems with the ending. The ending has some goofy parts to it, especially the conversation between Aaron and Armin at the end. It's like, what? I think that should have been cut out, honestly. But, oh yeah, heavy spoilers for Attack on Titan, by the way, because it is a show that sets itself up as a mystery and unravels itself as it expands more and more. And yeah, it's a show you can't really talk about without spoiling it. So yeah, huge, massive spoilers. If you haven't seen it, I highly recommend it. So go see it and then come back and listen to this. So there's so much to talk about that you could talk about in it. There are so many individual moments because the characters are very complex and it explores a lot of stuff through them. So we could have hundreds of different talks on this. One of my favorite episodes of the show is in season 4. It's called Children of the Forest. And there's a scene in it where the character Gabby, do you know who she is? She's that red-haired girl that was in the finale.
In the finale?
Yeah, that was in the finale. She was the one that had the gun. Yeah. She kills Sasha. She shoots and kills Sasha, the scout that really liked to eat and all that. And she ends up coming across Sasha's parents, or Sasha's entire family. And somebody who works for her family, who really admired Sasha, finds this out, and he smacks her over the head with a bottle and knocks her... Well, doesn't really knock her out. He knocks Falco out. But he then drags her to her parents and has a knife and tells her dad, like, here, she's the one who killed Sasha. Kill her. But the dad actually, exhibits what, from a Christian perspective, I would call radical forgiveness. Where he decides that, because he owns an orphanage, and we don't know if Sasha was actually his real daughter, or if she was an orphaned kid that he found, because he talks about how he found her out in the forest, and that he thought that when she became her own woman and did her own thing, that she would get out of the forest. But it turns out she just traded one forest for another, and that this kid, Gabby, is just like her. And perhaps in order to break the cycle, we should basically forgive one another. So he forgives her. It's a really nice kind of micro moment in the story that I'd really like, and we could have an entire episode on that if we wanted to. But what I'm going to look at is I'm going to look at it broad, the entire broad thing about it, which... broadly speaking, the story is ultimately about the cyclicality of human nature, of sin, the cycle of sin, the cycle of violence, hatred, how we as humans constantly go in cycles of making a mess of the world. And the interesting thing is that the beginning of it starts off by setting up the fact that humans had been inside the walls and living kind of in peace for 100 years. No Titan had really done anything. And due to that, a lot of the people, including the military within the walls, were not prepared to fight the Titans. And what I really like about that, how it explores that, is that it shows that we as humans, if you ever heard it's not really a meme, it's actually a saying,
hard times create strong men create good times create weak men create hard times.
Yes, basically that. And so they're essentially, the story starts off, they're essentially in a period of weak men making bad times. Except the bad times get started seemingly at that point by the Titans. So the Titans break in through the walls, through the Colossal Titan, and it turns out that humanity was not really all that prepared. And that really mimics how in our society, well, not in our societies here on our Earth that we make, we have periods where tragic times like war make strong people that create good times. But those good times create generations of people that become complacent. And due to them becoming complacent, we then create bad times by becoming selfish and hating one another, and then that creates bad times. And when those bad times happens, the generations that were born from the good times are weak at that point, and that ends up creating wars. It ends up creating tragedies and all that. But then that good times come from, or strong men come from that, and then good times come. They create good times from that. So that's kind of how the story starts, and it goes on, and it focuses, of course, on the main character, Eren Yeager, who his big thing that he starts off with, he wants freedom from the walls. Then when the Titans break in, he then wants freedom from the Titans, and he vows to kill all of them. But as the story progresses, as it continues to expand and unravel what is actually going on, he finds out that the Titans are actually humans, who were part of a race of people called the Eldians, who were the subjects of a woman called Ymir, who came across a big centipede parasite that apparently in this story is like the source of all living matter. It was like the first living being in the story of the Attack on Titan. And so she ended up giving a race of humans called the Eldians, led by King Fritz, these Titan powers through her children eating her and gaining them, and then their children eating them, and so on, and all that. And so the entire rest of the world, especially a race of people called the Marlians, they are very scared of the Eldians, because the Eldians had essentially created a war that destroyed a lot of people back then. However, and this is why I really like how the story does it. It does it in a complex way where it's not entirely the war that the Eldians did wasn't entirely bad, but wasn't entirely good either. So from there, you have, from the Marlians' perspective, they saw the Eldians as evil people that needed to be wiped out, or they needed to be subjugated. And then from the Eldian side, they're like, no, our people were not that bad. You all are using propaganda on us to make us think that make the whole world think that we're terrible, and make those that fight for you think that our own race is terrible. So Eren finds that out, and then he finds out that that what they live on, him and his people live on, are an island called the Island of Parody, which is an ironic name given to them because the Marlians saw them as, people that needed to be exiled, and they exiled to an island that they called Paradise. Mm-hmm. But it's spelled as Paradise. He finds that out, and he finds out that the entire world basically is terrified of them and wants to ultimately get rid of them. And so then he decides that he wants freedom from that. So it's kind of this tragic thing of, he starts out, him and his best friend Armin, they're talking about how they can't wait to get outside of the walls, see the sea, because Armin reads that there's a thing called the sea that the world is 70% of. They do that at the end of Season 3, but they do that after finding out that the whole world hates them. And so Eren is so that's when you get that really tragic final scene of Season 3 where Eren points, they're in the ocean, on the beach, and Eren points to the other side of the ocean. He's like, maybe if we take out all our enemies, maybe we'll finally be free. And that puts him on the path in the final season, where he is hell-bent on essentially he finds out what the Marlians are doing. He then decides to essentially use Zeke, because Zeke is his half-brother, and Zeke wants to euthanize the Eldian people, because he believes that the world would be better off without them if they would just die. Yeah, it's basically...
Why do you come to this decision here?
Yeah. And so...
that's reverse Adolf Hitler.
Yes. It's and so, it's set up that if Eren and Zeke touch one another, they then go to that tree area place where the founder is, and they can try and coerce the founder to go in what they want her to do, essentially. Eren baits Zeke into making him think that he's going with the euthanization plan, but he then reveals that he was just using Zeke to get to the founder. And then he ends up appealing to what the founder ultimately wanted, which was somebody to set her free, because she had been basically trapped inside that realm, just constantly going by the will of, I forgot his name, King Fritz, I think is his name. The king that she married, essentially. Or was like a concubine to.
No, yeah,
Yeah. Well,
I'm just confused to why she had to go by his will. Because it seems more like she just wanted to be set free from her immortality in there.
that could be a thing. That could be it as well. That's probably it. Because I'm making a full series on Dorathion channel where I'm going to
Yeah, this isn't like a full story analysis.
No, but this is a Christian perspective analysis. He ends up appealing to what she really wants the most, and she ends up giving him the ability to initiate the full-on rumbling, which is where the walls of the island ultimately were housing titans, all housing colossal titans. What the people of Parody were wanting to do was to use kind of like a semi-rumbling as to kind of scare the Marlians into like stopping what they're doing and to have a peace deal. And so they were hoping that Aaron was actually going with Zeke to do that. But then it turns out that Aaron, instead of only using half the rumbling, he uses the full rumbling and then reveals that he is going to kill everyone outside the island of Parody, and only the people of Parody are going to be left remaining. And he does this as a way because this is what he thinks is going to be real freedom, is to unshackle them from the hatred of the rest of the world. Yeah, it's wild.
Instead, he only forced more hatred upon them.
Exactly, that's the whole thing about it. And it ends with, his comrades having to wrestle with the fact that he is now a genocidal nut job.
Yeah.
And they have to go and they have to take him out, which they do. And then we got that whole, we got the whole ending scene, which I'm still trying to make.
We're not talking about that.
I'm saying I remember the ending. I remember watching him with you all.
Aaron, I promise you, if you would just stop, you could come back to you. Aaron, I promise you, if I see you, I will kill you.
Yes, Levi.
Levi.
Yeah. Levi, Irwin, and Sean are probably my three favorite characters. Sean's the red-haired, long-haired dude. Yeah. Yeah, the ending scene where Armin and Aaron talk about what Aaron exactly was doing. I'm still trying to make sense of that. I'm going to try and make sense of it as much as I can on my full-on breakdown videos. But it then ends with the end credit scene where, Aaron has died. He basically wiped out 80% of the planet. And we have, Armin and all of them trying to make, peace on the rest of the world. But then it ends by showing, like, different civilizations coming and going and different wars happening around that same tree that this whole story starts off with. Where Aaron wakes up in the tree, and Mikasa wakes him up in the very first episode. Before the Colossal Titan attacks. It shows kind of like the cycle of war and violence, that even though Aaron tried to put an end to all of it, it still happened. The cycle of war and all that still happens, and then it full-on ends with what can be inferred as a boy and his dog coming across the same tree that the centipede creature was that Ymir found the centipede creature at.
Yeah.
Found her. So, but essentially implying that the cycle will restart. So ultimately, the entire story seems to be about, it seems to be an exploration of human sin and how we as humans make a mess of the world and what exactly the solutions are. The Bible does show us that we as humans are born into what's called original sin. The original sin is basically the sin state that it explains that all of us humans are born into because of Adam and Eve, the original humans, who in Genesis chapter 3 sinned against God by eating from the tree of the knowledge of good and evil. Because what happened was that God created Adam and Eve, the first human couple. He gave them complete free will, gave them the choice to either follow exactly what he says or disobey him. That's the reason why he has the knowledge of the tree of good and evil there. It was to see if they would fully obey him. Well, they didn't. And from what the Bible explains, that brought the curse of original sin into the world. And it explains that we as humans are born into this. That the original sin, our sin nature, is essentially the selfish part of us that not only wants to do things only for our own benefit towards one another, but also towards God. It's our nature that is hostile towards God. It's the reason why God's law in the Bible is convicting to us. And it's very contentious between us humans, because it goes completely against that sin nature. So, due to this original sin, we as humans do make a mess of the world. It is very easy for us humans to come to, when times are good, it's very easy for us to make mountains out of molehills, if you get what I'm saying.
Yes.
It's very easy for us to get into our own echo chambers and hate and demonize one another and not really come to any kind of complex, nuanced understanding of one another. It's very easy for us to forget how to not learn and to even forget from past generations how to learn how to strongly disagree with one another while not hating and wanting one another to die and painting each other as like a demonic enemy. And then from that, wars happen, tragedies happen. We end up killing one another. We end up making a mess of the world, as I've said. And then we end up creating bad times. But, however, those bad times end up creating strong people that end up being used by God to create good times. And the question is what is the solution? And is there a solution? Because Attack on Titan, it doesn't really offer a solution, but it semi-tries to with the conversation between Armin and Zeke in the finale, where they basically talk about subjective meaning. They talk about how life is ultimately meaningless, and you have to make it meaningful, which the Bible does not give that solution. That's not a solution that is congruent.
No, that's a nihilistic solution.
Yeah, it's nihilistic. It's what some people call optimistic nihilism. It concludes that there is no meaning, that life is ultimately meaningless, but we as humans need to create subjective meaning. The problem with that is that if life is ultimately meaningless, then whatever meaning you come up with is ultimately meaningless. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter in the end, so why are we even trying? I, as a Christian, believe that the fact that we try to find meaning is a clue that we are created by a higher being that created us for a purpose, for meaning. I reject nihilism. I reject the notion that life is ultimately meaningless. If so, then our drive to try and find purpose and meaning is pointless, and we might as well
survive is pointless.
Yes, we might as well go outside, lay down, and die. So that's the reason why I believe it. That's one of the big reasons why I believe that there is a God. And the solution that the Bible gives to this whole cycle of violence, cycle of hatred, this sin nature that causes us to go on all that, is Christ. Christ is the entire reason why Christ came down to die on the cross. He died for our sins. He was God, was what we called the God-man. He was God in the flesh. He was fully God, but he was also fully man. He came down, lived God's law perfectly, because God's law is the standard that God set up. And our sin is us going against that standard, our opposition to that standard, our wanting to just do whatever we want, our wanting to make up our own standards. The thing is that God's standards are there for our own benefit, because it's how he created the universe. And if we were to go by it perfectly, then the universe would be perfect. But we don't. And we can't. We are born in a state of original sin. So Christ came down, lived the life that we should have lived perfectly, and then died the death that we should have died in our place for our sins. And he resurrected 3 days later, proving that he is God. That he was not just, all talk and then died and then that's it. No, he resurrected 3 days later. That proved that he was fully human but also fully God. Now, thing is that salvation that he brings is only for those who actually believe that he truly is the Messiah, that he is Lord and Savior, that the Bible talks about. It's for people who understand that they are not going to ever be able to work their way to God. And so they accept that Christ does that in their place, and so they accept him as Lord and Savior of their life. So they are essentially saved from eternal damnation. That is basically a judgment on all of humanity for our sin against God. Because as the Apostle Paul says in Romans chapter 6, verse 3, the wages of sin is death. So our being born into this original state of original sin, the wages of that is is spiritual death, eternal damnation away from God. But Christ came down to save us from that. However, that is for those of us that actually believe in that. And for those of us that actually believe in that, we are saved from that. And we are also promised that the Holy Spirit, the third part of the Trinity, because we as Christians believe that God is a Trinity, the Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit, indwells us and does what's called sanctify us, where he essentially works on our hearts to help our hearts be more in line with God and his standard. Now, the Bible does not promise that we will be perfect. The Apostle Paul in 1 Corinthians essentially explains those of us that are believers are essentially two different people. We have our spirit nature and our flesh nature. The flesh, which is the sinful nature. The sinful nature is essentially, he explains to it like it's like a dead, rotting corpse that is still chained to us in this life. It still like stinks. It still is, a part of us. However, it is not the main part of us. Our spirit nature that is now made alive in Christ, that is the main part of us. So due to that, we aren't going to be perfect, and we're not going to be able to follow God's standards perfectly. But we are saved from eternal damnation through the blood and sacrifice of Christ. That does not mean that we get a free pass to do whatever. No, we still try to follow God's law, but we are free from the shackles of trying to follow it perfectly in a sinful state that ends up ironically becoming sin in and of itself, because we end up becoming prideful and thinking that we have earned our way to God when we haven't. And so due to us still having a sinful state, even those of us that are believers are still going to make a mess out of the world. But the number one main thing is that, as I've now stated for like the third time now, we are saved from the shackles of eternal damnation from our state of original sin. Now, due to even like believers still having the ability to make a mess of the world, it makes one think, are we ever going to will a perfect world ever exist? And what exactly is the solution? What do you think the Bible says about that?
Not in this life.
Exactly. But what does it also say? What does it promise?
That it will happen.
Yeah.
A new heavens and earth.
Yes. So the Bible, the book of Revelation in the Bible, essentially promises that Christ will return. And when he returns, those of us that believe in him, we will inherit a new heavens and new earth. He will create basically a new universe. And this new universe will be one without the curse of original sin. And as Revelation chapter 21 verse 4 states, he will wipe away every tear from their eyes, and death shall be no more. Neither shall there be mourning, nor crying, nor pain any more. For the former things have passed away. That is the big promise that we as believers, those of us that believe in Christ, can hold on to. And that allows us to be able to, it allows us to not fall into despair when things don't pan out, when tragic things happen. Obviously that doesn't justify tragic things happening. That doesn't make it any more tragic than it, is when it happens. It just means that we constantly keep our eyes on Christ, that he is the solution. He is the solution who will ultimately end this cycle of violence, war, and hatred that happens in this life. And in the meantime, a lot of what Christ teaches us in the Gospels, and also through the apostles and their letters, like the Apostle Paul, John, James, Peter, all of them, a lot of it is to stifle further creating cycles of violence and war and all that. If you think about it, because Jesus teaches not to retaliate when people insult us. Jesus teaches us to love our enemies, not hate them. Now, obviously, again, even those of us that are believers in Christ, Christians, we are not going to be perfect at this. There are going to be times where we are going to unfortunately fall into hating our neighbors, retaliating against those that insult us, and again, as I stated, further making a mess of the world as Attack on Titan explores, where we as humans constantly further make a mess of the world. But for those of us that believe, we are called to order our whole lives off of what Christ taught. First off, we order our whole lives on the gospel that Christ died for our sins, that we are ultimately saved in him and not by our works. But from that, we then order our whole lives off of what he taught. Loving our enemies, not retaliating against those that insult us, and forgiving those that do trespass against us. He doesn't teach full-on pacifism as some teach, but there is a level of not retaliating and all that, and violence not being the main answer. So, yeah, that's the ultimate solution. That's how I personally process Attack on Titan. And that's one of the reasons why AOT is one of my favorite stories in fiction, is because it really showcases a brutal reality of that. Now, the solutions it tries to give obviously is not congruent with a Christian worldview. However, I do think that it opens up very interesting conversations like the one that we're having now about, the cycle of violence, war, and just human nature and sin. And it can point, and a Christian can use it to point people to the gospel, to Christ, and to Christ's promises. And of course, the ending,
Why'd you do it? I'm stupid.
Yeah. The ending, I think, fits, but I view it like The Sopranos, where I think it fits, but it could have been executed much better. So, yeah, I don't think it destroys the entire story, but I think it could have been executed in a way that made far less people be like, what? Yeah, that's what I get out of watching AOT. That's the broad things. Now, there are, like I said earlier, there are many micro parts of the story that you could have we could have entire talks about. But that's the overarching broad thing, because the entire point of the story is like cyclicality, how societies and in this world seem to go by cycles, and how it explores that. So that's what I get out of it, and that's how I process it. So anyway, what do you all think? Let us know y'all's thoughts in the comments down below. If y'all like the video, hit the like button. If you all really like what we do, hit the subscribe button. Thank y'all for watching or listening. We love y'all. God bless y'all, and we'll see you all next time. Peace.